We have a review. Assassin's Creed Mirage review.
During the same year,
Once again, I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing,
show
but
literally rained. Another bit of culture was changed forever. The first Assassin's Creed was released.
Assassin's Creed 1, baby. Altair.
Ubisoft's approach to stealth and action, but it was widely agreed that this game was onto
This
something.
game is amazing.
In the 15 plus years since, its many sequels traded.
I have never played this one. I did want to play this one really badly. The one where they're Vikings.
Assassin's Creed Mirage takes a lot of important, imperfect steps to get back to its
roots.
It's
So he does work with the Assassins.
but it does restore hope that there's
He probably
still room
becomes
for a
one,
version
too.
of Assassin's Creed that we haven't seen in almost a decade.
Alright. They're reviewing Assassin's Creed.
Stealth is king again in Mirage. Ubisoft has done away with XP and levels entirely.
Thank God.
It's just a hidden blade away from Doom.
Oh,
if you
thank
play your
God.
cards right.
That was annoying.
Refreshing to approach a scenario and weigh options for tackling it based on its many moving parts, rather than simply considering if the loot is worth it.
Yeah, for real.
I will kill him myself.
Early on especially, the threat of fighting multiple enemies at once is so daunting that using sharp timing in the environment is a necessity. Even more than in the pre-Origins games, it's important to make vigorous use of precariously hanging dock supplies,
Cool.
and conveniently place spice bags to cause enough chaos to cover your moves.
Nice. Fair enough.
Our character for this relatively short Assassin's Creed adventure is Basim,
It's short.
Eivor's mysterious frenemy from Valhalla. He's fine, but after over 20 hours spent learning the leading man's history, it hasn't really made him more interesting most of the time. His origins as a plucky cutpurse with a heart of gold turned vengeful assassin feels like the most fast-forwarded Hidden One story in the series.
It is no inconvenience to stand up to our oppressors as the Hidden Ones do.
Before the blood from his slain friends dries, he's trust-falling into haystacks and chopping his own finger.
Hell yeah, I gotta chop off that finger.
By the end, it's still a mystery how this guy became the scheming triple-crosser we met years ago. That said, Basim's
Whoa, 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 what do you mean years ago? Hold up a second. What are you talking about? We knew this guy. We knew this guy.
shorter and more linear than those of the recent Witcher 3 inspired games, and the adventure is better for it.
These are not strong leads, but they are a start nonetheless.
Your main
no,
tasks
spoilers,
start on the
bro.
investigation board, a web of leads and clues that all point towards the main targets. Solving smaller issues often lead you to bigger reveals, which in turn take you further and further up the chain until you get to take another stab at the big conspiracy
welcome,
that's
Peter.
causing all this commotion. Admittedly, the board makes things feel more open-ended than they truly are, but breaking the stories into little chunks that keep expectations clear and concise does wonders for the pacing of a game like this.
Okay, cool.
Of course, when he came
Dude,
to
the
us,
environment
he
looks
was a common
amazing.
thief, scrambling to survive on the streets of Baghdad.
Though it is more focused, Basim's quest is pretty lackluster in relation to the other games in the series when it comes to surprises and twists.
Something big is happening soon. I do not know what.
Save for maybe the final 4 or so hours, his hunt to track down members of the villainous Order of the Ancients is rather basic and predictable.
Okay. Yeah,
Each
I
of
mean,
them
fair
and
enough.
their
That's
parties are
Assassin's
solidly,
Creed, though.
almost
That's fine.
cartoonishly evil without any nuance, and
Oh.
are a disappointing
not
reminder that
good.
we haven't had another big bad as complex as
Hell
Henry
yeah.
Kenway or as cackling mad as Rodrigo Borgia in years.
Dude.
With the exception of Basim's own
Whew.
master Roshan,
The
brought to
first
life
3
by
Assassin's
Shohreh
Creed.
Aghdashloo's distinctively
So
smoky
good.
voice,
Your day to display your prowess will come.
Her voice is real raspy.
the supporting cast of Mirage is no more than adequate, both
Huh? What? What are you talking? Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
as characters and in their performances.
You're gonna live in that village in real life?
To break. Then we will talk.
Among the
Some
best
people, they just got a raspy
is the
voice,
city
bro.
of Baghdad.
I mean, she seems like a great voice actor. It's just the fact that her voice is like this the whole time. It's like,
different
you
districts,
talking to me?
bustling heart of the grand city,
So-
to the dusty
So
slums.
what did I say it
Feel
again?
busy and lived in a way that hasn't been present in the series in a while. It's full of busy streets, full of people to blend in with, and city blocks with open homes you can
I
travel
always
through
say
while
that.
eluding pursuits.
When I don't
Things
know
you'll be doing a lot
if
is
someone's
the
talking to me or not.
variety system. It's a throwback to the Ezio days.
You
that
talking to
scales
me?
up the efforts to take you down based on how many beehives you're kicking around town.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It gets very tough to escape guards' lines of sight simply by
Really?
If you can't hide, removing wanted posters and paying off town criers can help to clear your name.
Nice.
That said, there are no singular moments or landscapes
Thank
in
you,
Mirage
Pizza.
that
I
really make a big
appreciate it.
impression like
Everybody
they
who
do
watches the
in
YouTube
Origins
channel, I
or
appreciate you
the
guys very
statue in
much.
Odyssey. On the whole, though, the golden
Trying to get my watch hours up.
oases are beautiful, and the city and its suburbs have plenty of alleys and nooks to explore if collectible hunting is your thing.
I don't
Ubisofts'
do
renewed focus on a
the
smaller region
collector
has allowed it to flesh
collectible
out
thing.
more of the details, and that's a win.
Zenu.
Another
Really?
thing that really shines in Mirage is your set of tools, especially when you upgrade them to increase effect ranges or have dramatic additional effects.
Oof.
This one
In the
dissolves
face.
the bodies of anyone you kill with a throwing knife, destroying all evidence of the deed. Realistic?
What?
No.
No.
But extremely useful.
That is super cool, though.
Bossum also has a special stealth kill combo ability that functions
What?
almost like Deadeye in Red Dead Redemption.
That's freaking cool.
It's powerful.
That's why it's
but it
called
also doesn't need
Mirage.
to charge a special meter by performing quiet kills the old-fashioned
Can you
way,
upgrade
and
that
it
meter,
can
though?
only be activated when you're anonymous. The locations you infiltrate here aren't exactly better or more interesting than we've seen in recent years.
It's
though.
okay.
If you slunk through one hardened location in an Assassin's
And you
Creed
do
game,
two at once?
you'll be well equipped for the sorts of hallways,
No.
underground docks, and fortified walls you'll need to tackle here.
Yeah, I got a lot of
Still pretty easy
videos
to
on
manipulate
YouTube.
and lack
Sorry.
basic self-preservation skills when spotting any
Yeah, I'm going to.
corpses you leave behind. It makes up for a lot that there are some new and returning ways to sneak into and soften up the fortifications.
What?
Bribing a merchant to let you pretend you're
You gotta
one of their
sub to the
delivering
YouTube,
goods
guys.
is a great way to saunter through a gate you wouldn't be allowed in otherwise. In a later section, many different parties are congregating in the courtyard of a wealthy target's manor, and helping a group of indentured people riot against their captor can cause enough of a commotion to lure the big man into a trap. That sort of approach makes the world feel more alive and real, and takes cues from fellow stealth assassination games like Hitman. When you have no choice but to openly scrap, combat is more limited than it's been in recent games, but still challenging.
Okay. I mean, it looks good.
Bossum only has one style, using a sword and dagger to become a spinning dervish of death by weaving quick and heavy strikes together for short combos.
Oh, kind of like
You can switch
Origins.
between many types
Gotcha.
of swords and daggers, each having unique combat abilities you can mix and match, but the differences between them is rarely so impactful that they'd make you want to change up your playstyle.
Still looks good, though. I'm not gonna
However,
lie.
it's easy to see a scenario where some fully upgraded weapons and armor sets could be more vital.
Thank you for subbing to the YouTube channel, whoever that was. Thank you.
Combat is jarringly slow
See?
and more deliberate than we've become accustomed to, especially coming from Valhalla's bevy of weapon types and special attacks. But Mirage certainly has its charms. There's heavy emphasis
you
on
last?
counters and dodging
Thanks,
incoming
bro.
attacks, enforced by the sometimes erratic attacks.
I don't believe you, but
mixed
thanks.
with the high damage they do in melee. Attackers don't wait for their friends to be cut down before taking their turn to come at you, so you often need to
Oh,
avoid
wow.
multiple swings at once. And
Thanks.
engaging more than 2 or 3 guards at a
Oh, it's
time
like Batman.
is impressive.
Yeah, where they're just
There are
swinging
very few
rapidly and you gotta
types.
counter
The
each
saving
one.
grace is that regular and heavy soldiers can vary slightly based on the weapons they have. You always have to be aware and adjust accordingly, and I never found myself wanting for new challenges. For as
Ooh.
much of Mirage's design feels like a callback to old eras of the series, combat feels like the biggest change that's unique to this game.
I mean, it looks good, though. Yeah. He says it works, it looks
Another thing
good.
that's been scaled back and focused is Mirage's ability tree. The 3 branches are focused on killing, scouting, and gadgets, but they only have 7 skills apiece to unlock. But
Okay.
each one has a much more dramatic impact on how you'll want to play. Some simply help you do the things you can already do, but better. Some feel like features that existed by default in older games, but they're all worth the skill point they cost. And there's no commitment since you can respec all of these points.
I want to, like, level up
Only
the
ever
Mirage
away from a new character build.
thing that he could do.
Assassin's Creed Mirage's return to the stealthy style that
Oh, I
want
wanna
to
upgrade that right there.
Everything right, but everything it does feels like it was done with purpose. This means a shorter game with a smaller map, fewer collectibles, smaller scope in combat, and a limited selection of gear to play with. all
Man,
of which
sounds
is
good,
refreshing
though.
relative to the arguably bloated scale of
Yeah,
100-hour games
for real.
like Odyssey and Valhalla.
Yeah.
It also means an overly simplistic plot with mostly forgettable characters. But what the story lacks in depth, it makes up for with its straightforward quest progression and fast pacing.
Hell
Though there's
yeah.
no big standout wow moment, Baghdad is a beautiful location in its own right, and the world's detail is focused inward. making every alley and hovel feel well-traveled and full of detail and history. It's easy to recommend Mirage to anyone who's lapsed on Assassin's Creed, as its back-to-basics approach is a successful first step
An
in
8?
the feeling that the early
They gave it a
fighting
great.
games gave us.
Grade
so long
8.
ago. For more, check out our reviews of Cyberpunk.
Check out IGN. IGN does great reviews. Assassin's Creed Mirage review. It was really good. I want to play it. So, I want to play all the Assassin's Creed. I love these games. Damn it, Origins. Why'd you do this to me?